Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another Body Art Buzz podcast. We are here in Orange, California with Angel de Leon helping us produce this. And we're going to update him on what happened here in Alaska or happened there in Alaska because we've been gone for a few weeks. And as always, we have our co-host, Joey the Man Chavez.
Yeah.
Body Art Buzz. And so what's up, Angel?
What's going on? Good to have you guys back. You're gone for a few weeks.
Yeah, man. It felt like months. It felt like a long time. I know, Joey, you got to go back for...
And it still felt like a long time.
Yeah.
I came back after the first weekend, but it still felt like a long time.
Yeah.
Well, you were only there for a week?
No, I was there for a week, and then I came home because my daughter was her first day of kindergarten.
Oh, and you
came back to take her to kindergarten.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's cool.
So I was able to stay home for about 3 days, and then I flew out again for the second week, and then I stayed out there, which was awesome.
Yeah.
So basically, I just want to recap on basically what it is that we went out there for.
Yeah.
So our friend Ray and Teresa, they throw this event called the Ink Master Tattoo Show.
Cool.
Nice. All over Texas, Florida, and a couple other places, but Alaska is one of them.
Show that camera, and you can show the three.
So we went out to Alaska for 3 conventions that were back-to-back weekends. So 3 weeks of Alaska, and
we're calling it our Alaska tour.
Yeah, the Alaska tour. So it's a good time. It's beautiful out there, man. There's not a lot of artists to take care of the communities, so they need some support.
So there's a lot of demand out there.
There's a big demand out there. Yeah. So we were able to go out there and take care of the little bit of the overflow.
Absolutely, that's badass.
But yeah, we've been doing this. I think this is my 5th year. Your third year. Third year. So we've been doing it for a little while. We've already done Ink Master shows in Texas. So we show Ray and Teresa a lot of love. They help us out. They put on a good show. They're not doing a money grab. They're really focused on keeping the conventions very intimate, minimal artists, so that way we can all eat, but also have a good experience with each other,
And they make sure that they're bringing the best artists, which is what I think is really important too, to make sure that the artists that come are really good artists. Whereas a lot of these conventions, they'll just sell booths to anybody and just be like,
so it's less about volume and more about like quality. Catering to like specific, like you mentioned, quality.
It's quality over quantity, and everything that we do, even us at home, it's always quality over quantity.
And we caught up during the week when you were back. I think the day after or a couple days after.
Yeah. I think a couple days after I came through.
We're on it for 3 weeks. Right. You're
because most conventions are 3 days. This one was 4 days, each one. So 12 days of tattooing, and because like I said, it's a high demand.
Right.
And Ray is really cool about paying the extra overhead to help allow us to stay there later hours. Because most venues, they want you out of there by midnight. You got to be already out the door at midnight or they're going to charge.
Right.
So we're able to stay there till 3, 4, 5 in the morning. Some artists, I don't even know if they were sleeping.
Yeah.
But man, we were tattooing basically 17, 20-hour days. Go back to the room, shower up, sleep for a little bit, grab some breakfast, a little coffee, get back to work. So the only time we really had to rest was like that Monday, right? Monday, maybe a little bit of Tuesday, chilling, and then travel to the next location and prepare.
And you have longer days. You were mentioning the sun doesn't go down
in Anchorage,
as long as...
what time was it? Was the sun going down in Anchorage? Like
11:30 at night. So how many hours of night did you all have?
I don't even know what time it went up.
Yeah,
because we were inside the venue the whole time. So I don't even know what time.
You're like a vampire, like
basically
walking out. Like lights.
Well, like when we go
face.
outside to take a break, like I took a break at like 10:30, and it felt like it was fucking 6 o'clock at night. You know, 6 o'clock in our time. You know,
and the sun does set a little bit, but it seems like it just takes like hours to set.
Oh yeah, but that's cool because like golden hour over here is like an hour, golden hour for sure.
Yeah,
but golden hour up there, it was like 3 hours long.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
You want 3-hour wedding engagement photo session?
You got time.
Go to Anchorage.
You got time.
Yeah,
you got
Anchorage during the summertime.
That's really cool. How were your the people that you were tatting? What kind of tats were you doing, and how many?
Definitely a lot of Alaska pride. Which was dope. Like the people, the natives. Like there's a lot of like tribal imagery that people were getting. A lot of Viking, like Nordic stuff too. I did the compass. I did
a lot of nature stuff.
People are very in tune and prideful of their area there.
Right.
So there was definitely a lot a lot of those tattoos. A lot of ravens, wolves, trees.
I remember one day, I think all of us did wolves.
Yeah.
It was like wolf day. And it was like, you were doing a wolf, I was doing a wolf, Jordan was doing a wolf. It was like, what the heck?
Yeah.
But it was cool.
Yeah. It was cool, man.
All different styles too. Like Jordan did that realistic one. Yours was super like your style, like aggressive, like almost like real, but also kind of cartoonish.
Like surreal, like cartoonish.
Yeah,
like,
and then mine was like an ink blot that the dude brought. It was like an ink blot, like super surreal, like melting wolf. So it was really neat to see that, I think, because again, it wasn't just us. Like I walked over to the next booth over there. Oh, I did a wolf too. Or, I did a wolf too.
Wolves, bears.
I think it was
some salmon.
What was the competition we were in? I don't know which one it was, but there was like 4 wolves entered. I forget which competition. I don't know if it was best of day
or best of day or something like that.
But it was straight up 4 wolves were in the competition. Yeah. You don't really see that often. You know, at shows, it's usually like, oh, here's this, here's that, here's this. Yeah. It was like, here's wolf 1, here's wolf 2, here's wolf 3.
That almost makes it more of like a competition, right?
Oh, for sure.
Now you're comparing wolves only or one imagery, so you can see who's really like making it unique or making it different.
Yeah, because it's really tough to like, I guess, how do you decide what kind of art wins when it's very broad?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Art's subjective.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's you know, there's definitely like some controversial things that, not controversial, but like sometimes you get upset that yours didn't win because like you think yours is better, but then there's certain things that, you know, the judges are looking at that you got to keep in mind too. Like, even some artists are thinking about the future. Like, I see this tattoo looks good now, but based on how the skin looks, I think it's going to be rough in a couple of years. You know, things like that, like decisions that you made that may affect the future, as opposed to the decisions you made for just the competition.
You know? And each judge is different too. So like they gather different judges per day. So you don't know how exactly that judge is going to, you know, really stick to the concept or really stick to the tattoo quality or really stick to the imagery quality. So that's what's interesting, is that it could always vary on day to day. So somebody that won yesterday doesn't necessarily mean they're going to win tomorrow. Sometimes it does, but
and like for example, like some judges are going to be very like sticklers for the specific thing that they're supposed to be looking at. Like for example, me and him entered a most realistic competition. I did a wolf, but it was very stylized. It had like a realistic look to it. But it wasn't a wolf that you'd find in the wilderness. He did a feather, a super clean, detailed feather that looked like that you could grab it off the skin. That you would find that on the fucking ground somewhere. You know? So his tattoo won over mine. That mine took like 8 or 9 hours to do.
That's crazy.
And his took him a couple hours to do.
2.5
and his won, but his was a realistic tattoo. Mine was a realistic influenced tattoo, I guess, you know.
But the thing is, it did come down to us too.
Oh, like, really?
Yeah. It was down to me and him at the
end. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. But and that's what's cool too, is like, I love that, you know, we're going to these shows with all these really good artists, and again, we're doing these competitions, we're winning the awards, we're getting up there to where the judges are like, oh yeah, you know, this or that. I mean, nowadays, there's a lot of people in the game. There's a lot of people in the game. There's a lot of people doing it, which is cool. You know, no hate on that. But it's also like, if you're going to be in this game, you got to try your best. You got to try to do your best every time, whether it's a small little feather or it's a giant freaking chest piece. You got to do your best and honor the client, honor the tattoo. And
it pushes you. It pushes you more. It pushes you for more. It's like credibility, and like as an artist,
100%.
Like a lot of the times we look for, just like, you know, like recognition. As much as you know, we talk about not needing recognition, our art needs that. It needs to, like, I mean, we have to have some sort of like even healthy ego. You know what I mean? And it's good competition, and it's really cool that you two were at the top of that one realistic competition, and
that
one
makes
of you,
it
like, it still stayed in the house, like you both won.
Exactly. And I still felt like, you know, like I did a good job, because even though he won the competition, I still felt like I was heard. Like my voice was heard in the competition.
That's cool.
You know? So it felt like even though I didn't win, I still won, you know.
Did you howl like a wolf and game shit?
Well, he won best of day that day.
Oh, did he?
And I told him that, like, here's in a video that we shot that I was like, hey, I won realistic, but I know Elvis was about to win best of day, so we ain't tripping. And he won best of day that day.
Oh, that was the same day?
What
tat was that? The best of the day?
The best of day one was
that woman.
It was like an evil looking nun.
Oh, okay.
That I did on the inside of this client that I've tattooed maybe like 2 years in a row.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was
and he
cool.
also got a raven too.
Oh yeah, and I did a Raven on him too.
Yeah, he did a Raven the next day.
Did you guys get any ink tatted on you?
No, Jordan did.
No.
Jordan did?
Oh yeah, he got tattooed by George. Yeah. So the homie George tattooed him at our friend Kiko's shop.
Okay.
At there in Anchorage.
Yeah.
This was in between. So like that, I think it was Monday.
So on the days off, the breaks of
basically on the day off, because we did Anchorage the last like 3-5 years. So we've already been around Anchorage. So we were really like, oh, let's go see this, let's go see that. We're kind of like, all right, let's rest. But the homie Jordan wanted to get tattooed by George. The homie Kiko wanted to get tattooed by me. So I was like, yeah, let's do it. Whatever. It's more of a relaxed environment.
And Kiko was pumped.
He was.
He was pumped.
He kept coming to the booth and showing like, look at that. Yeah, showing the tattoo. And I love how it came out.
Yeah,
it's cool.
I wish I could have gone, because I mean, I talked to Elvis and I was like, I wanted to, just go for a weekend it was, thankfully August was crazy busy.
Yeah, but that's good. That's good. But like I was telling you,
your stories and we didn't see a lot of the content.
Busy, bro.
You guys were working. Man. I mean, I saw a few stories you're posting here and there.
Yeah.
I think I saw you like doing a cold water plunge.
Or like at a lake or water. Yeah, Joe was actually pumping out some content.
Yeah,
more
trying to.
more. Yeah,
it's tough. It's tough.
But we definitely would have benefited from you going to at least Juneau. Yeah, because Juneau was beautiful. We did a little bit more exploring in Juneau. So I think next year for sure we got to have you come out.
Hell yeah.
So that way you can just be filming.
Absolutely.
Or we have somebody like a crew come out and just
Yeah, we need to just do it. We talk about it. We get busy.
Yeah, because we're grinding the whole time. I can't sit
grinding
there and record because I'm tattooing and then this person's waiting and I feel bad because I'm making them wait. And
absolutely,
there's just people just wanting to ask questions and it's just hectic, man.
It's just a world we live in. We need to document what we're doing, and I haven't done it as. Like I've never done it. I've never done what I'm doing now until now. Like I've always been a person that's been documenting other photography or video, and it's really cool that we started with you with Incon, and then the episode here with the guys at Pachuco, and we've just been creating as much content, and like you guys are killing it, doing events.
Yeah, we're trying, man.
Yeah.
The Alaska show was definitely one for the books. We look forward to every year. The first stop is in Anchorage, and then from Anchorage we either drive or fly to Fairbanks.
Okay,
it's like an hour flight, but a 7-hour drive.
Wow!
But you could also take the train, which we did that like 2 years in a row.
12 hours.
Okay,
that's a 12-hour ride,
but it's beautiful.
But it takes you through the mountains,
that is amazing.
over the rivers,
Denali National Park.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
You're literally on a mountain that they freaky. Like you're on riding on the edge of a mountain, and there's like a giant river over here, and then there's like where they did mining, and you could just see all that. It's really fucking cool.
That's amazing. And I'm pretty sure, like aside from working, you're tired. It's just like being, like it changes your it energizes you.
Absolutely.
To travel.
Well, you're trying to take it all in.
You're tired, and it's just like we
in,
don't see that. We're out in the concrete jungle out here, even though we're not like it's Orange County, or you guys are in Corona, and then Oceanside, right?
Oceanside.
Fallbrook.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, you're right. Like that concrete jungle kind of takes over our world. It kind of like lets you think, oh, this is the world. But really, if you really think about it, this is a small percentage of the world. The world is vast and immense. And the cool thing about like Juneau in particular, it's like the city is here. It's a small little city, right? Right on the edge of town, there's a giant glacier. All right, right next to town, there's this giant wilderness. Like they're like, you see that mountain over there? If you take a boat and you go over there, no one will ever find you.
Oh shit!
You could see it. You could see it. It's probably like 10, 15 miles away.
Yeah.
But they go, no one will ever find. If you want, you could disappear into there. You just got to watch out for bears.
Bears.
But that's the world, and I think we get stuck thinking, this is the world. This is what we have going on. But really, the world is vast, and there's a lot of opportunity out there. I mean, I was taking my son. We went to the Messi game yesterday with Messi versus LAFC.
Killed him, right?
Yeah,
3-1.
3-1. And here's the thing: LAFC is the champs of last season.
Last year,
they were the champs. Yeah. And so everybody thought that they were going to win. They were actually favored to win. And I told my son,
LAFC was favored.
Yeah, I said, look, not with Messi, bro. Like they might be favored, but with Messi on the team, it doesn't matter.
Is he that good?
He's the best soccer player maybe ever.
To ever
I might be biased because I mean, as a Mexican, I mean, we have a healthy hate for
absolutely
Argentinian soccer, but they're badass. I mean, I'm not gonna deny that they're amazing, but there's always a lot of controversy with the first championship of Argentina. It was kind of like I think there's a dictator that basically mentioned like or says like they're pretty much threatened. Like, because that when they won the first World Cup, they won in Argentina. And then the famous Maradona, Mano de Dios. So there's a goal that, there wasn't VAR, the repetition. So that goal was like handball, basically.
Oh, wow.
And then this World Cup, there's a lot of fouls and penalties towards Messi. And there was one play. I didn't watch the game. I wasn't gonna buy Apple TV for one game. There's like one defender that like fell right in the middle, like, and then Messi took it, and then but that's cool. How was the game?
Well, honestly, now that you mention it, I saw some things going on because I'm coaching my kids' team. The reason I took my son is because one, I'm coaching his team right now, and I wanted him to see, quote unquote, the best in the world, just to kind of have that vibe. I was really trying to get an autograph and have him shake his hand, and shit, but didn't work out. But
well, he has a crazy security guard. I don't know if you've seen.
No. Some kid ran on the field and got him. Some kid went and gave him a hug. At the game. Dang. And those security guards fucked him up.
Yeah, he's like right now on social media. There's a bunch of videos of him like if like your Messi's around and a fan will like because people want to touch Messi. He's like they want some of his powers right now. And they're like and then the security like will slap the guy and there's a video of we talked about it earlier in our podcast with Juan and Ivan. There's a fan that threw an Argentinian t-shirt jersey. And the security guard just swiped like,
damn,
that's quality. That's quality. If it's his job to protect him, I mean, that's
I mean, how many millions of dollars of investment is Messi getting? He's getting a percentage of Apple TV.
He should.
Damn.
Yeah, he brought in.
Okay, he's the guy.
Yeah, he's
the guy. Okay, so look, I'm gonna tell you right now, like, just him. He didn't even score any goals. But he had 3 assists. Every goal that was scored was assisted by him, dude. Like, the thing is, the team's focusing on him because he's fucking Messi. So if the team's focusing on him, all he's got to do is send it over here and boom. And that happened. I saw it happen twice. Like, they're on Messi. Messi just takes it, jukes a guy, and just taps it to another guy. And guy's like, boom, goal. You know what I mean? It was impressive. Like, I was watching it to see the soccer play, to see the layout. Like, I'm looking at like how they arranged the team.
Taking notes and shit.
I'm taking notes. I took notes. The way that they laid their team out, that's how I'm going to lay my team out on the 16th, which is our first game. Okay. All right, they did 5 defenders.
Yeah.
3 mids and 2 strikers.
Yeah, 5-3-2.
It was crazy because I mean, and guess what? LAFC did not score. I mean, until the end, they scored 1 at the end, but it was already an extra time. Like it was almost like they didn't give a fuck at this point.
And LAFC has a solid team. They have
LAFC are the champions. Of last season, the best in the MLS. So it was a big test for Messi and the Miami team.
And they took it.
Because in the last 2 games, they beat Miami. No problem. Easily.
Have you seen any of the tats that Messi has?
I saw the lion he had on his chest yesterday.
He has a lion? Like right here?
On the side.
Okay.
Yeah, I did that one.
You did that one? That'd be sick. He needs to come and get some good shit.
I think he has like on his shin or ankle, like the whole shit, like just a big old blacked out. Like, I don't know if he had a tattoo and then he just blacked the whole ankle or shin out. Like just
he was wearing long socks, so I couldn't see any of his ankle.
He has a big old black just tube around his shin, calf. Yeah, but it's I forgot what he had. I'm not sure. I don't remember, but I gotta get tattooed one of these. We talked about that. I don't have any tats.
You're getting tattooed at Pachuco, and then me and Joe, you're gonna tag team
whoever I met first. I'm gonna start. I had this dumb idea. I was like, let me get a barcode. I have each of you guys do one line. Some stupid shit. That's why I'm not getting one yet.
Barcodes are rough. Barcodes are rough.
Yeah, and that's why I'm not getting it.
Like one, there's no creativity.
A stupid one.
It's just a line.
Yeah.
And then
what if it goes to something that you don't want it to go to? Like somebody scans it and it goes to like some.
That happened already. I think someone got a guy. I think someone did a QR code.
Yeah,
and they tagged the wrong QR code. I think that happened. Yeah,
and not only that, but it's going to change over time. So eventually, it's going to change to a different QR code and a different QR code. It's just
or maybe the domain's not going to be there anymore. That QR code will be dead.
100%.
Gotta get it adjusted.
That's true.
Yeah, so no QR code or barcode tattoos.
Yeah, no, that's not good. Like people get like the sound ones,
waveform.
The sound.
Okay.
And those are cool in in theory and concept. But yeah, as your skin ages, those lines are gonna thicken. They're gonna adjust. They're gonna move.
Yeah, it's a gimmick.
So is the voice gonna change? Like, is it gonna go from like your grandma saying "I love you" to "I love you"?
Oh,
you know,
okay.
Because the sound is gonna change.
Absolutely. You know, what I've seen people do are like the last like heartbeats of a family member. You know, like I don't know what they're.
Yeah,
like,
it's a heartbeat.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, the EKG.
EKG heartbeat. So
like if you just get that, but it's not like to be, it's not expected to make a sound like through an app or device.
Yeah.
Then those are cool.
Yeah,
those are cool. You know, but people need to understand that anything you get is gonna change. Your skin ages, your skin cells expand. So does the ink. So when you're getting these fine line micro tattoos, they're cool for the moment.
Yeah. At what age is it like complicated to get a tattoo? Like, you know,
at what age?
Yeah, like you know, like you have like seniors and their age, like their skin is, you know, a lot more rough. Yeah.
So I actually
like what's
I forget where I was, but this man, I think he just turned like 85 or something like that, and he was getting his first tattoo, and he wanted like a tribal bear. We weren't gonna do it big, but I remember as soon as I started doing the line work, the part of the line that I tattooed, the skin flaked off with the line. And I was like, holy fuck, dude, I've never experienced this before. Yeah. So I had to like really pay attention to like every little stroke that I was doing, because like his skin was falling apart as I was tattooing it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, thin skin.
And less circulation and, you know.
Yeah, they're not as moisturized. Like they're more dehydrated than somebody who's young.
Yeah.
Yeah, less collagen, that, you know, the binder and all that stuff. So, I mean, the oldest person I've ever tattooed, I think, was 83. And she was old. And I was like, are you sure? You know? Yeah. And it was on her back. It turned out good.
Yeah, but I did tattoo this like 80-something-year-old lady.
This
first
weekend?
tattoo. No. This was years ago in Beaumont, Texas. And she said that every night for years, she puts Vaseline on her skin and goes to sleep like that. And her skin was actually like really nice for... I was blown away by how easy the ink went in. I'm not sure how it healed. I haven't been back there in a long time.
Super
but
moisturized.
Yeah, like her skin was good, especially for a hand.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, it was nice.
Let's go get some Vaseline.
So Vaseline every night before bed.
Or just any moisturizer, really. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, because, you know, petroleum jelly affects people different, you know, petroleum-based. But any kind of moisturizer.
I'm horrible about
I think
moisturizing.
It was Aquaphor, actually.
Most men are, I think.
Anyways,
Yeah, most men are.
What else happened out there?
So Anchorage, because we've already experienced it the first time, you know, we went out down Seward Highway. Yeah, show them that's the artwork for the convention, the Ink Masters. The first trip in the lineup, and normally we would go out to the glacier and to the wildlife reserve and maybe do some hikes, but we've done that already, so it was more like a recovery day. And then in Fairbanks, there's not much to do in Fairbanks. It's kind of like in a desolate area.
But I mean, let's recap the show, because honestly, I think this year's show wasn't quite as good as last year's show.
Yeah,
wasn't quite as good as the shows we had before.
Yeah. It wasn't as busy, but it's still better than most shows.
Still better than most shows. Yeah. Absolutely.
So how many people are there? Like, how many artists were there at each show?
60 to 80.
I want to say like 60 artists. Yeah.
Normally, that's still a good amount of people, but then...
Well, that's just the artist. But but like you got to compare it to a show like the one that's in Philadelphia where they have 1,600 artists.
Yeah, or another show that came out, and this is what I wanted to bring up, is because another show came out and they brought 300 artists.
Yeah.
And so I think that definitely affected the amount of people that wanted to get tattooed, that were in need of a tattoo there. And not only that, but like when we were talking earlier, where you bring artists that aren't at the same quality, where there are people asking to get stuff covered up that they got at the other show that were being overcharged. Like, they got charged like $3,000 for a piece, and it was horrible.
It was trash.
And that's the thing, when you have a lot of artists like that, it's hard to keep track.
Yep.
The only reference I have to a show, because I've never been to any shows besides InkCon, which was an amazing experience, in reference to the about 60 to 80 artists from these shows, how many artists were there at
about 250?
250?
InkCon, we had 250 booths, so we probably had around 400 artists.
That's crazy. Artists, that's a big one.
Just because, because you know, say 2 artists per booth ish, you know. But it was, again, with InkCon, California is a larger market. California has a lot more people, so people were working, people were doing their thing. I think next year with InkCon, we definitely got to promote more. But our goal is to do like similar to what Ink Masters is doing, is making sure everybody works. You know, making sure if we have the artists there, we're making sure everybody works. Like that's key, because these artists, what's key to a successful show to us is, did I make a lot of money? Because it takes a lot of money and time and energy for us to get out there. The whole time I'm out there, I wanted to come home. And that's just because I got, I got a wife and 4 kids. You know, luckily my daughter,
that's cool.
She made me the little little book for daddy. Like, this was my trip, and she just put safe "Love trip. You, Daddy. Have a safe trip." And we just did to the zoo, so she put the zoo stuff, and then she put bedtime because we.
I can't imagine together. 3 weeks. Awesome. 3 weeks.
Yeah,
you came back a week after
school time because she just started school. So this is like this right here. This was special, bro. Yeah, like, I literally looked at this every night before I went to bed, and it's like, again, like the things that are really important, No, I will play with the dogs. We got a new puppy.
Is this your daughter that just started kindergarten?
Yeah, this is my 5-year-old. Yeah.
Wow, she's pretty talented. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. It's pretty
cool. What I thought was pretty cool, what you told me before we started filming, is you were there for a week.
It's me and her right there.
You that's cool. You were there for a week, and you came back for her first day of kindergarten.
Yeah. Yep.
That is special. That's cool.
That's awesome.
It's very important. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, out of everything we do, out of all the stuff that we got going on, I think the most important, and I tell my guys all the time, family first.
Absolutely.
Family first. And, God, family.
Yeah.
Everything else.
It's challenging because we're stuck in the grind sometimes. And sometimes we forget about our priorities.
We're stuck on the grind to survive,
And we talked about this.
Forget about that stuff.
You were gone for 3 weeks, and I was like, "What's the most challenging thing?" And you had a little mix up, right?
Yeah,
you had a little mix up, a little
mishap,
toxico situation.
Yeah, and it was like sometimes
just an honest, little mistake, misinterpretation.
But let me kind of like paint a picture, right?
Yeah,
this is the last trip where we've already been on the road for 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, you miss each other.
I think it's like the last day of the convention, right? So we've already lack of sleep. We're not eating great.
Yeah.
We've been surviving off caffeine. I haven't been working out as consistently as that was at home. So just everything's out of whack, right?
Right.
And so I was on the phone with my wife, and I've been, everything was good. She's been super supportive.
Yeah.
His wife is very super supportive.
Yeah.
I've seen it. It's really cool to see. She was part of the convention circuit with me for a few years, so she knows that we're there to work.
Yeah.
We're not there to mess around. A lot of women can't handle their man traveling because their mind goes to all kinds of weird places, thinking that we're out there messing around and partying.
Absolutely.
And there's time where we can hang out and have a beer with a friend at the bar or whatever, but for the most part, we're there working till midnight, 2, 3, sometimes 5 in the morning. And then all we want to do at that point when we're done, is get some food and go to sleep.
Yeah.
But anyways, so I was on the phone with my wife, kind of recapping what was going on through the day. And these 2 clients that were from out of town, so they drove in and then took a ferry to Juneau, because the only way in to Juneau is by plane or by boat. There's no roads to Juneau.
That's insane.
So they made a weekend out of it. So they were there hanging out at our booth. They got tattooed by me, by Joey, by Jordan. I think someone got tattooed by George. So they were at our booth hanging out all weekend. So they became more than just like walk-up clients. We became closer. So as I was walking in back to the show, they were waiting for their ride to leave. So they were like, "Hey, we're leaving. We're going back to."
While you're on the phone with your wife.
Yeah. So I wanted to go say bye, because it wasn't just like, "Oh, hey, good tattoo." And it was more like, "Hey, we had some laughs. We were having a good time." So
they got some sick tattoos.
They got some dope tattoos. They spent a lot of money at our booth. So it was like, let me give them a little bit of a better,
a little bit extra
of a goodbye.
Customer service is everything.
And I told my wife, "Hey, babe, hold on." And in my mind, I was pressing the pause button, right? But I put her on hold or on mute.
Muted
her. And then
she goes, he's never in my whole relationship.
Her voice changed like that?
I've never done that. So I put it on mute, thinking I was pausing our conversation. And I was like, "Hey, thank you guys for coming to get tattooed. Have a safe drive, have a safe trip back to Sitka, and then we'll see you guys next year." And then I was like, maybe sooner, who knows, because we're planning some things maybe.
Yeah.
But after that, I got back on the phone and walked inside, and then my wife, so I could hear her talking as I'm saying goodbye, but I didn't think anything of it. I thought maybe she was talking to my son or to one of my daughters. And then I unmuted and she's like, oh, hell no, I'm out of here. And it starts like talking like shit to me. Yeah. And I'm like, wait, what happened? What's going on? And she's like, why the fuck did you mute me? And then from there I was like, oh, wow. Like it was like in a matter of an instant that it went from being great, super supportive wife to, dude, I fucked up. Yeah. You know, but
it's all good though. You cleared it. You know,
I was able to clear it up. You know, it was a lapse of judgment. I didn't think about it. It wasn't out of malice. It was like you
weren't trying to be sneaky.
I wasn't trying to be sneaky. You know, I was just trying to say bye. And then, it turned into something way bigger than I was, wanting it to. But we fixed it. Things are good now.
You hung out with the family.
I had to kiss ass a little bit. Yeah.
I mean, I think you'll have to do that forever. But, not because of that situation, but like, she's a boss.
It's called marriage. Yeah. But I'll tell you what, they say separation makes a heart grow fonder. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. And the thing about it is, it also, makes you just think certain things that aren't necessarily true. It's just bringing it, makes you more, a little more
appreciative.
Absolutely.
Well, I mean, I was trying to think of it too. Like if I was in her shoes and she was out here working and stuff, and I got put on mute.
Some dudes came up to her and were like, hey,
we're leaving, bye. And then I got put on mute. I would have been like, man. I told her, you know what? You're right. I fucked up. My bad. Like you want to yell at me? It's you totally are in the right to yell at me right now. You know? Yeah. And I just couldn't apologize enough, because it didn't, in my mind, it seemed super innocent. Yeah. But we've been gone. It was,
it was, and that's just a testament to the type of person you are and the type of people we are. You know what I mean? Like, we're not the type of guys that are going out there, like, going to go try to party or hook up with chicks or do fucking drugs or do any kind of shit. Yeah. Like, we're literally there to work, do our best, share the craft, and have a good time doing it. But we're not, I don't think I didn't even go out to a bar or anything. You know what I mean? Like we did tattooed and we went home. It was
Micah's birthday one of the days, and I ended early because I think people weren't really walking in that much. So I went to. We were supposed to go to the bar to take a shot for his birthday, right? For his birthday. I wasn't gonna drink because I haven't been drinking, but I was gonna buy him a few shots for his birthday. He turned 39.
That's cool.
And I grabbed my backpack. And I'm like, all right, I'll meet you guys in the room because Jordan was packing up. He's going to go drop his stuff off in the room too. I was like, I'm going to go put the stuff in the room. And when you guys get there, then we'll go to the bar.
I was still tattooing.
Yeah, you were still tattooing. Yeah. I think Jordan was already gone. So I go drop my stuff off and I lay down and play on my phone. And next thing I know, I wake up because I fell asleep. It was like 3:15 or 3:30.
A.M.?
These fools walk in. Yeah, in the morning. And then they walk in and they're like making all kinds of noise and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck time is it? And I'm like, you guys didn't fucking wake me up, you assholes? And they're like, oh, they never came back to the room. So I passed out and then they went to go buy Micah some drinks and stuff. And then they came back. And
so you're tired.
Out. But like we're not out there to go party. But in situations like that, when it's our friend's birthday, like, we'll do those times.
Yeah, there's still some sort of like socializing in any event when you're traveling. And like you have to be on it, right? Yeah. I mean, my experience with the convention with you guys were nonstop. And Joey, I remember, like, he was walkie-talkie this, walkie-talkie, putting out fires. Like a pinball machine. Yeah, he was all over the place. Even when we're in an episode, I forgot which episode it was, but I thought it was really cool. His wife and his kids walked in, and I can tell, like, you were tired. You were like, there's so many things going on, but then you saw your family and your little daughter, and you're like, you just fucking changed. Like, your energy just was like happiness right there. Yeah. Like, and that's on video. I don't know if you've seen it, but you should see that. Yeah. And that was a cool moment. And I experienced a lot of really cool moments seeing, that type of event. And we got to document it next time.
Yeah, for sure. Man. You gotta
and that's coming out quicker than we think. I mean, now we're less than 8 months away from the next show. So we're getting on top of things. We're starting to do stuff, and we got a meeting on Thursday meeting that we got to discuss some stuff. And the good part is we already know what we're doing. You know what I mean? We already, again, like with this trip, you know what I mean? That once we've done it, we got the experience, we got the knowledge, and And I had just been a lot of things lately. I mean, not just the show, but not just with tattooing, but everything. It just goes to show like the time and the energy and the experience that you gain from things just makes things a lot easier.
Yeah.
You know? There's no shortcuts, you know, and everybody wants a shortcut, you know.
No,
There's so many people. I got this thing today saying, oh, you could make, you know, $10,000 a month as a tattooer doing this XYZ. And it's like, look, dude, you gotta work at your craft, be good, make sure you're doing good tattoos first and fucking foremost.
Yeah, that's priority.
First and fucking foremost, dude. Yeah. If you want to be good at this game, if you want to make money at this game and be successful, get good at doing tattoos.
Yeah.
I don't care how many times you tell your story or show this or show that. Fuck that. Mm-hmm. Honor the craft by getting good at the craft.
Getting good quality tattoos with quality experience and quality safety.
Amen.
You know, because it's perceived as a rock star life, like, oh, you do tattoos, you travel, this and that, but you're also putting people's lives in danger.
Yeah.
By not being clean, not knowing what you're doing, you know, not taking precautions, you know, and not just that, you're also possibly ruining someone's life if your tattoos aren't coming out right.
Yeah.
You know, like, for example, that show that came through Alaska before the one that we did with Ink Master, there was people walking up wanting their tattoos fixed from that previous experience. You know, tattoos that were terrible, but
that makes us all look bad.
It makes us all look bad.
And that's the thing. And that's what really upset me about it, is because I get it. You got a business to run and he's trying to do this or that, but it makes us all look bad if that's what you're putting out. And this is what a tattooer is, and this is what that's why a lot of these rock star guys that, you know, back in the day. I mean, I've been tattooing 22 years, bro. Back in the day, there's just fucking party animals and fucking this and that. A lot of those guys are gone. I mean, you know, rest in peace to some of them, but a lot of them passed away.
Yeah.
You know, ODs, whatever. You know, a lot of them aren't in the game anymore. They're in jail. They're whatever. It's because you let that shit take away what's important about what we're doing. You let it take away from the value that you're putting out there. And that's why we're successful. It has nothing to do with us fucking putting out some gimmick or pretending to do this or showing this or telling this. Like, no, we are successful because we work hard. We appreciate our clients. We appreciate the what we do, and we do our best.
Yeah.
Every fucking time. Whether it's a little fucking something or it's something huge, you're gonna get the same fucking treatment from us. You know,
and we're constantly striving to get better. We're constantly making adjustments in our work to improve. We're always trying to, you know, improve our style. You know, make those changes to keep the quality higher and higher. You know, because the tattoo industry is becoming bigger. There's a lot of noise, so we're doing our best to keep up and, you know, have maintain our voices
that
be
quality
heard, you know?
too. Yeah.
Well, think about Alaska. Okay, like Juneau. What was the population? 31,000 people is the population in Juneau, right? So if you go there doing fucked up shit, what do you think's gonna happen?
Oh, yeah, it's gonna spread quick.
Everybody's gonna know. Everybody's gonna know what's going on. We are doing the opposite. We go in there, we do it right. Everybody, like, I'm curious. I wish I was there now, because I just tripping out a community that's so small that only has one tattoo shop.
Everybody knew each other.
Everybody knew each other. Yeah, people were driving like, they walk in and be like, I knew you were here. I saw your truck. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was a trick. It's just like, oh, it's like cool. But now in that community, there's a bunch of badass tattoos walking around that we did, that all these people are having the same experience. Like, check this out. Like, Micah was even saying when you went to the bar for his birthday, he's like, bro, the bar was full of people with brand new fucking badass tattoos.
Yeah.
And that's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that we had that kind of impact is fucking cool. And now somebody might see it as opportunity, like, oh, you know, they had a great show. They made a lot of money. They did what they had to do out there. And then come in and be like, well, I want to do a show out there. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to fucking bring a bunch of artists and fucking put out whatever bullshit. It doesn't matter. And it's going to fuck it up for everybody.
Yeah.
And that's... There is plenty of skin for everybody. And I tell people that all the time. But the more and more people that come into the game that are coming in for the wrong reason, that are doing fucked up shit for the wrong reason, it makes us all look bad. And that's why a lot of people say, like, oh, there's people like gatekeeping and this and that. One, we've already addressed that before. I don't think you should let anybody stop you from doing what you're gonna do. If you're gonna say somebody's a gatekeeper, then you're kind of a bitch. But whatever. So they're doing that because they care about their industry. They're doing that because they care about their craft. It's not because they're trying to keep it from you. They're trying to make sure that if you're going to be the right person, that you're going to work for it. Yeah. That you're going to want it and you're going to have to work for it. Because if you don't work for it and you think this is some easy fucking YouTube shit where you could just practice and fucking, oh, here I go. Well, that's on you, and you're going to reap what you fucking sow.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And That's just the way it is. Like, good business is good business. Good customer service is good customer service. Quality is quality.
Yeah.
There's no shortcuts for any of that.
Yeah.
Any of that. You know what I'm saying? AI could come out and start talking shit and fucking come out with this crazy art and all this other shit. But at the end of the fucking day, the real is going to be the real.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And AI is the new real. You know what I mean? It's coming out, but it ain't me. It ain't you. It ain't doing what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm not nervous about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, everything's going to come in waves, you know, like when certain things come out, people are all excited about it. But then the thing that's forgotten becomes the new, like, man, I want that again, you know? Yeah. So everyone's going to get, you know, they're falling in love with the AI artwork that's coming out, but people are going to gravitate back towards the hand-drawn artists fucking style stuff, you know? Yeah, that's like that with anything.
Yeah, you might see more like a traditional coming back real hard. You might see, you know, because again, people go through changes and see shit and recognize shit, and you know, again, oh, is this a real image? Oh, who drew that? Oh, AI drew it. Fucking, it's incredible. It's incredible. Like talking to some people about like concept artists. Concept artists are no longer a job anymore in Hollywood because of AI. It's gone. Cool. Storyboard artists are no longer a job anymore in Hollywood because of AI. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, I get it. It's cheaper. I get it. If you don't have to pay somebody $50,000. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But what is going to happen? What is going to happen to those artists? Where are they going to be? I mean, they might try to become tattooers. You know, who knows? I mean,
well, honestly, like some of those guys that are putting their efforts and their skill and talent into like gaming art, you know, the stuff you were talking about,
animation,
concept art. If those fools come into tattooing, bro, all this mediocrity, all this fucking half-ass shit is gonna get really exposed.
Yeah. No, but so I'm excited. That's my point. For that, that's my point. Is that like, in order to get to our level, all right, you have to fucking grind.
Yeah, you have to put in the time, the hours.
You have to fucking grind.
There's no shortcut.
So even if they do come in, they're gonna have to grind to get to where we're at. Just getting the touch. So to me.
But they were artists first.
The cream rises to the top. The cream rises to the top. Always. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the bullshit is going to sink to the bottom. And so that's why, like, you know, I've had artists that I fired, artists that have worked for me before that are like, and, you know, had to let them go for one reason or another or whatever. But it's like, look, if you aren't going to do what's right, if you're going to be doing the wrong shit, if you're going to be fucking hitting on your clients, trying to fucking sleep with people, trying to fucking steal from people or whatever, like, that shit is going to come out.
Oh, yeah.
You can't hide that shit.
No,
it's truth is truth, you know?
Exactly.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like now with everybody being so full of shit that, like you said, it's gonna flip.
Yeah, everyone's gonna get exposed. It's all coming out. You know, even shit that was in the past before social media is starting to come out. So it's like, if you're full of shit, you're gonna get exposed sooner or later. So why not come authentically, keep your head down in your craft and grind it out till you get as good as you want to be, but always improve. You know, if you're focusing on the wrong shit or, you know, doing things in a negative way, it's going to get exposed.
Absolutely. And the internet, it's ruthless once things get exposed.
It's undefeated, you know? Man.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Undefeated.
Yeah.
But you know, some of the tattoos that you mentioned that were like cover-ups, or like were there like some of those artists from out of town and they weren't invited back?
They're all from out of town.
Like how do
it's still to be determined. This company that throws conventions, they throw a lot around the country. This was their first one in Alaska.
Absolutely.
So I guess we'll find out next year or in the next coming months as to what's happening with them.
Is there any quality control or any type of way to like kind of like document? Obviously there's so much art, right? But like, you know, as far as like accountability for shows, is there any way to like
keeping them small? Keeping them more intimate. Like with Ink Master, they're able to see every single artist's portfolio before they even accept them to come in, you know? And I'm sure in some cases, some artists will slip through the cracks. But when you have a show that your purpose is to have as many booths as possible, you're going to have a lot of trash artists slip through those cracks. You know, if you're not able to vet and go through every single portfolio, you're doing the community that you're hosting this event in a disservice.
Absolutely.
You know, because some of these guys are not licensed. Some of these guys are scarring people, but somehow are working in a shop.
It's like having dinner with your family and you invite a stranger. You're not gonna invite a stranger to your house. That's like with around your like you gotta make sure you know like who's coming into to your house.
And you might do it once and then learn your fucking lesson.
Yeah, I hope and that's
that's why it's gonna be a
permanent
more of an
art's an expensive
event,
lesson and like kind of like the
because it's for life.
Cover ups.
It's fucking for life. And I mean, it can be covered. Yeah, it can be lasered. Yeah, but it's fucking for life, dude. Once it's on your skin, that's it. You're fucking committed to it.
Absolutely.
Yep. And a cheap mistake can become expensive.
Can be an expensive fix. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then like they're gonna have like, let's say that show, like you said, they're gonna Ink Master show. The people aren't gonna want to get a tattoo at that shop or that event.
Yeah.
Well, there's already talk about some of the, I don't know how true this is, but they're like boycotting the convention, or they're
one?
The one that happened already. Not Ink Master, the one that we were talking about that was in Alaska. That there's something going on with them because there was some issues. There was some shortcuts that were taken. I don't know the exact details, so I don't want to speak on it, but just from what I've heard through the grapevine, there's some investigations going on. So I don't know. We'll see what's going on with them.
Okay. Yeah. Hopefully everything's all good.
But anyways, Anchorage was a good show.
Yeah.
Not as good as the last couple of years. I think maybe it was because of that previous show. I don't know. Maybe they need to do a little bit more promotion. I don't know. I'm not part of the logistics team or the marketing or whatever. But after that, we went to Fairbanks. Fairbanks was, for me, the busiest out of the two. But I also got clients that reached out to me to book again that I tattooed the year before. So they kept me busy.
That's cool.
That's good.
The homie Evan, the homie Eduardo, those fools both got tattooed 2 days in a row.
Wow.
Again, like 8-hour days. So they were the majority of my time. And then I tattooed a few other people that I tattooed the previous year, smaller ones. But yeah, they kept me busy, man.
So huge success for you guys.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Then he was staying busy. Everybody was staying busy.
Like Alaska, we had repeat clients. Repeat clients because again, they like the quality.
They love the quality.
They like the experience. They like all that.
We're not bullshitting.
Would you guys take a trip non-convention? I want to take a trip out there. Now that you have like combination of clients.
Yeah.
I think my kids would love seeing like the wilderness,
maybe,
maybe seeing like the wildlife reserves, the wolves and the bears and the moose and all that.
That'd be kind of cool. You can kind of
I definitely want to do that. And I would like to go out and experience, because Fairbanks, they say it gets down to like negative 50 degrees.
That's crazy.
And I would like to just experience that. At least once.
It's like the snow doesn't even stick to the ground because it's a dry snow. So I said it's like dust. Like the snow will be on the ground and then a wind will come and just blow it away because it's so fucking cold that it's dry. It's like desert snow.
Like it hurts to breathe. They say you step outside and your lungs start freezing as you're breathing.
Yeah.
It's scary, right?
I don't know about that. And we're in California. Like we're like, hey, where's my sweater?
Bro, and that was the thing too. It was like people were like in their tank tops and stuff, and it was like
still chilling.
60 degrees, and we're like, and they're like, oh, it's warming up, huh? I'm like, bro, if you guys were in California, you'd hate it. When I left Cali, it was like 95 degrees, and they're like, oh, hell no.
So, and the thing about Fairbanks and Alaska, I mean, they're full of unique people. I mean, there's a unique group of people that live out there. There's a unique group of people that are going to be living in that experience. And I mean, we have clients that they're bringing in jerky, they're bringing in salmon, they're bringing in all kinds of crazy stuff,
I mean, the hospitality, the warm
small town,
welcoming experiences that we have from the people.
They want to feed you. They want to fucking, oh yeah, you could borrow my car. You need to borrow my car. We're like, yeah, I'll borrow your car.
We get invited to people's houses for barbecues.
Yeah.
So, on that note, we had an interesting experience. We have a rule now where the new rule is no hanging out with the clients at
their places, or
unless we've tattooed them at least three times.
Okay.
At least a 24-hour period. Like all the tattoos that you've gotten, we've tattooed you for 24 hours, because then we know you a little better. We don't want to make things weird. We don't want to experience something that we're,
especially when they're telling you, hey, if you go over there, you'll disappear.
Yeah, exactly. Shit like that,
That's good.
Yeah. So I think just for everybody's sake, we just kind of keep things a little bit more professional. You got to keep that fence, between friends and business.
Yeah.
You gotta earn the real friendship.
Well, I'm sure people out there, like we mentioned, we can't go 200 feet without seeing a person out here. Over there, they see an event and people just want to socialize.
I did notice that. Like people were excited. Like some people were there every day.
hanging out.
Just hanging out. Not even getting tattooed, chilling. Just talking. Fucking
bought the 3-day pass.
Bringing gifts.
How was like was there music? Was there food? Was there
music? Everybody kind of had their own music playing. So because it gets so busy, this venue or this event, the Ink Master, is more focused on the artist being able to work.
Yeah.
So like food wise, there's usually food areas around. Yeah. There may be a restaurant in the venue, stuff like that. But for the most part, the focus is we're working. We're working and we're networking with each other.
Right.
You know, like other conventions, they'll have like a circus act. Will there be like swallowing swords, suspension? Like we had suspension at our show. You know, ours was a little bit more of like an experience that we wanted to bring. You know,
and we had a DJ, we had a beauty contest,
mariachis.
Yeah, exactly. So we wanted to be more of an entertainment, or have that aspect in there as well. You know,
and mainly too because we're in California. It's almost like California expects that shit. You know what I mean? California pretty much.
Yeah. They want to go because like they're going to bring their family because, you know, there's a tattoo shop on every corner. So they're not really there to get tattooed. They're just there for an experience.
Right.
And we need to provide that a little bit more, especially here in California.
Yeah. There's so many options on anything out here.
Yeah.
But out there, it was just tattoo booths.
Yeah. People were they were ready to get tattooed.
There wasn't even like many vendors selling stuff. There might have been like a booth selling shirts. A booth.
Yeah.
Did you guys take anything like merch or anything?
Dropped the ball on that, man.
We took Incon shirts, sold out.
Yeah.
Really?
Sold out the second show.
That's cool.
But we need to have that
some
like
hats,
unlocked
some
for
scarves.
next year, bro. Yeah.
And I'll sell those for $25 a shirt.
Because like August is towards the end of the summer for them.
Right.
So they're going into winter. So if we have all the winter shit, you know, some fucking gloves, maybe some cool scarves or something, some beanies.
Some California weed. No, I'm just kidding.
Well,
that'd be great. Yeah, they have that weed is legal.
They got some decent weed. I haven't smoked
Yeah, we were smoking. And that's the thing. Like, as soon as they found out we smoked weed, people were bringing us bags of weed.
Oh, shit.
Like, this is homegrown, boom, and just dropping bags of weed off.
Yeah.
I mean, for Jordan especially. I mean, Jordan smokes all the fucking time, but they get, I mean, 3 of his clients tipped him in weed. Like, so he was set the whole trip. Like, he brought like an ounce or some shit with him just because he's a fucking hardcore smoker. But his clients were like, here, bro, here's some more weed.
Yeah.
Here's some more
One
weed.
of my clients brought him a fucking big ass bag too. I was like, I don't smoke, bro, but these fools will fucking smoke that shit.
Yeah.
You know?
And again, it's just the hospitality.
Yeah.
Jerky, salmon, and what was the most unique thing that the people were bringing?
I had a moose burger.
Moose burger.
Yeah, you try that.
Yeah,
it too.
How was that?
It was unique, but it was a little dry for me. Like normally when I eat a burger, I like the crunch of like the onion, the crisp lettuce, a little bit of mayo, a little bit of ketchup, whatever. And it was just the bread and the meat.
But it was a thick ass piece of meat. I mean, it was like this, dude. Like this is the burger. This is just the meat.
Yeah.
This is just the patty.
Pretty gamey.
I didn't think it was gamey.
I mean, gamey in the sense that you can taste that it wasn't like beef or pork.
Yeah. It wasn't beef.
Different. You could taste whatever else it was, you know. But it wasn't gamey like if you're eating like goat meat.
Or venison. Yeah, it wasn't like deer. It wasn't like venison. It was not at all. I think it was definitely, it was unique.
It was a cool experience to be able to try that. Besides that, they have a lot of like caribou burgers, right? Or caribou, bison burgers, stuff like that out there.
They eat everything up there.
Yeah. We got a lot of salmon. I got some salmon from some friends that we made in Juneau. Like smoked, almost like jerky.
Yeah.
Like, and then someone gave me the salmon jelly.
What?
Yeah, I have that at home right now. I was
salmon
eating
jelly
with chips the other day. It's pretty
interesting.
Good. Yeah, you could taste like little bits of the salmon in there.
Is it like
their thing is salmon out there?
Absolutely, it's wild. It's fresh. It's
Bro, we went to this one place. It was called the Shrine of Saint Therese. And there's this little creek right there running through, and you just hear the salmon trying to swim up the creek. Dude. You see them.
You hear them coming, jumping out of the water, like eating the flies.
Go grab it. Is it? I'm sure there's regulations. Like,
I think you can just grab them.
I could have went and grabbed one.
Yeah,
but
there's nobody gonna.
There was a big sign right there, and cones. It says bears in the area, and we stopped there and we're like, oh shit! And then you hear shit, branches snapping and shit going down. So you're like,
a brother and sister bear that were in the area, and like where the creek goes into the trees, it's like it's almost like a cave.
Yeah. If you go in there, it's black.
Yeah. And when we were there, it was like the sun was already setting, so it's kind of dark.
You're like, I'm out of here.
So yeah, when I heard the branches breaking, I'm like, hey, I'm backing up.
Yeah, we just don't want to run into a bear. I mean,
grab the bear's fish and
that's asking
for
trouble.
There was plenty. I'm sure they weren't hungry because like there was literally where the creek goes into the water. There's a bunch of seagulls there hanging out, and you just see salmon like jumping up. Some are actually in the creek trying to swim up. There's some that don't, like they jump out of the water, and then they're on the fucking land just dying. It was a lot of fish, bro.
Like the bear, they say that the bears like the females. Mm-hmm. They like the females more than the males. I don't know if it's the eggs. I don't know what it is.
It's like a gushers that you put a fucking
gusher in. They like them. So it's like all the fish that were just laying there, they were the males. Yeah. Like, fuck those dudes.
And what's the first thing that we do when we caught up? We went to go eat sushi. We killed
bro.
Sushi.
I was stuffed. It was delicious.
Yeah, sushi's good. Fish.
But
that's cool.
Yeah, so that was in Juneau. Fairbanks, there wasn't much to do. But every year we've been going to this place called the Chena Hot Springs.
Okay.
And it's a pool of natural water and natural
hot spring.
A natural hot spring.
Yeah.
And bro, that water gets actually like pretty hot to where it's like you can feel the surface of the water and it feels like it's like boiling. Yeah. But it relaxes your muscles. It's very soothing.
Yeah. There's like sulfur. I think that's what.
100%.
Yeah, you can smell that shit as soon as you get out of the car. You can smell it in the air.
Yeah.
But
I've never been in one of those, but
it's pretty cool. They say the time to do it is during the winter because then the steam is just like almost like you're in a cloud. Yeah, you know. And then they say that people go there when there's what's it called?
Borealis.
Yeah, the Northern Lights. You know those. Green
Apparently, it's like a Japanese legend.
Yeah, if you have intercourse under the Northern Lights, what is it? It's like good luck or something like that,
or a healthy child or some shit.
Yeah, or like a boy, like you get a guaranteed boy or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
who knows? But anyways, we've been doing that every year, and it's really relaxing. It's good to set up for.
Apparently, that's a big problem there.
What, like the intercourse in the hot springs?
Apparently, they gotta like keep an eye on people.
Apparently, it's not even sulfur that you smell. It's fucking
ass.
Just semen.
Just semen.
There's nalgas everywhere.
Yeah, when Joey got out of the water, his hair looked like that.
Well, hey. No, but it's incredible. Cool. They have like these little fountains and things that like if you put your back in it and it literally just feels like a bunch of like little elves just fucking like. And they say it has healing properties. And honestly, every time I get out of it, I feel fucking rejuvenated.
Yeah,
it really do. It's
I wish I would have gone next year. Hopefully,
no, you gotta come out, bro.
So there's actually a resort there that you could stay at and shit, like there. And then there's like an ice bar. There's like a history ice museum. There's actually a runway there, so people fucking land there, but it's like a dirt runway.
Yeah, people fly in. Yeah.
It ain't a solid runway. You know what I mean?
No, it's a dirt one. So you need a little plane. It's not like a fucking Alaska Air.
You need like a little guy. Yeah, maybe a helicopter would be best.
You know what I thought was cool is that so when we were eating at the restaurant at the venue, the lettuce looked a little bit wilted, like it was sitting there for a while. And then my client was like, "Yeah, we get our vegetation imported, so it doesn't always look really great, you know, like if we're getting at the grocery store in California, you know, we don't have a long
few hours
trip.
of travel or you know.
So there, a lot of the vegetation, fruits and stuff, it looks already like it's ready to go bad if you don't eat that shit like that.
Right.
But at the Chena Hot Springs at the resort, they actually have greenhouses there where they grow their own vegetation. So the restaurant there, and I didn't think about this the last time we went, but their vegetation is more crisp because they grow it on site. Yeah. And I remember eating like a salad there and just like, it was just such a good meal.
So good.
And I didn't think about that, but I was like, oh, it makes sense. Yeah. You know, but and everything's imported. So it's a little bit more expensive too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Except the stuff that's not imported. Like for instance, I bought another caribou fur. Like a caribou.
You bought
fur.
Another one?
Mm-hmm. I bought it because for the Oceanside shop, I have that one that's on the bench,
got you.
and they're like, the girls were like, you need to get another one so it matches, and I was like, all right, fuck it. Yeah. So I bought another one, and so like that, like a full on caribou fur, beautiful, bro, $200.
I have one too that I got from last year.
I don't know what that is.
It's basically a fur, so they take the fur off of the caribou, which is basically deer,
a reindeer.
Okay, and then it's like a rug.
Okay,
basically like this.
Yeah,
but it's actual fur. It's like they took the skin off of the caribou. Yeah.
You know the difference between a caribou and a reindeer is?
I don't.
There's no difference. One's just born in captivity.
Yeah, just domesticated. Yeah. Same shit.
That's a caribou fur?
A caribou is the wild one. Reindeer is the captive one.
Like Santa Claus.
The domesticated one.
Yeah. Because Santa Claus owns them, so they're reindeer.
Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Did you guys see Santa Claus up there?
I saw some motherfuckers that look like Santa Claus.
No, but we drove by because
North Pole.
North Pole is like 11 minutes from Fairbanks.
Serious?
So we drove to the North Pole, and there's like a hotel where there's a giant, like a giant Santa sculpture. Yeah.
That's
pretty cool.
So
I saw Santa.
Sounds amazing.
Well, and then they did the drive. They did the 7-hour drive to Fairbanks from Anchorage. And I mean, just some of the footage that they got from that is just epic.
Beautiful,
and they
man.
stopped and dipped their feet in some rivers and stuff like that. Like, I'm kind of jealous. The
roads are fucked up because
ice road truckers
underneath the roads.
Bunch of frozen.
There's a bunch of ice.
Permafrost.
So as that melts, the roads start to like shift. So they're constantly going and repaving, asphalting the highway.
Yeah.
So on part of the drive, the road was like this, bro. Like if you're not paying attention, as soon as you hit that shit'll run you off the road.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So you got to be focused on.
Were you guys driving? Did you get any rentals or?
So my friend Kiko, we borrowed his wife's truck, which came in clutch because we were supposed to take the homie George's lady's car because he has a lady out there, his lady, and she has an Altima. And we were supposed to fit me, Jordan, George, Micah. And all our luggage bags. And shit, bro. That would have been such an uncomfortable experience.
7-hour drive for that.
7 hours.
Yeah.
But the homie Kiko let us borrow his truck, so we were able to put everything in the truck, tarp it down, strap it down. We were fucking clutch. It was amazing. Dope. Yeah. So shout out to homie Kiko.
Shout out to SDI Tattoo for hosting the event and bringing us out there. SDI Tattoo is an awesome tattoo shop that's out there,
right there in
Anchorage, and they help put on the show with Ray. They kill it every time. And I actually didn't finish a tattoo in Anchorage, so I had to fly back after Juneau to do a tattoo at SDI. Really nice.
Slept like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Flew to Anchorage, tattooed.
Yeah.
Fucking drove or flew back home that same night.
Same night. Yeah.
So it was crazy.
Slept on the plane.
I stayed an extra day in Juneau. And that's when I jumped in the ice water. Shit was cold.
Yeah.
You don't feel it right away though. Like you go in there and then like 2 seconds later you just feel that cold, just like it takes like the air out of you. Yeah, and then they, the people that we were hanging out with, they also took us to a lake, and this lake was scary, bro, because the water almost looked black. So when we jumped in the water, like the top was fine, like it felt like normal pool water, but then once you sink to the bottom, that cold is like underneath. But the water's so dark, bro, that I was like swimming like this, like not wanting to extend my feet, dude. Yeah, it was scary.
Well, it was a trip too, because they were saying about the temperature of the water. They're saying like the top like foot is the only part of the water that changes temperature from summer to winter. And it's only like a 4-degree change. But once you get under that, like 2 to 3 feet, that's always the same. It's always like cold as fuck. Yeah. So you jump in thinking it's not too bad.
That's what happened, bro. I dipped my foot in and I was like, because Michael was supposed to jump in with me. I was like, bro, it's not even that bad. And then I jump in and I get to the bottom. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? I start panicking, dude. I start panicking and I'm like flailing to get to the surface.
40 seconds away from hypothermia.
yeah. It was crazy. But after we got out, it was like my body felt relaxed. Like it felt a little bit of a boost, you know?
Yeah, you guys came refreshed and ready to, you know.
Yeah. I mean, definitely a little tired from the traveling, but I definitely felt like I had a mind reset.
Yeah. And amazing. I mean, on that note, I mean, we're thinking about opening up a shop out there.
Wow.
Yeah, I think they need us. Yeah. Juneau doesn't have a whole. I think they have one shop. So we were,
and then all the locals say that he's never even there. He doesn't tattoo.
Well, we stopped by the shop 2 days.
Yeah,
and no one was there. No one was there. But I mean, if you're the only shop there,
you can get picky. With the prices too. You think?
Oh yeah, for sure.
How's the quality?
Yeah, they were saying. Well, that guy seemed to specialize in like the Alaskan tribal stuff,
Northern Pacific.
Yeah, and it looks good. It looks cool, but not everybody wants.
Just be careful; they disappear. You know, there's like a mile away, they can disappear. Gone. And that's what's scary about that. I mean, I only hear what I there's like a different law out like in different places. I'm not saying Alaska,
well, one of the rumors is like there was another shop that was open, but this dude was doing drugs and selling drugs and doing all kinds of shit. And so word on the street is
they had to get rid of him.
He got disappeared.
He got purged.
And so, but again, it's like it's a different time. It's kind of like the Wild West, where it's like we're like over here, you know, that shit doesn't happen. You got a motherfucker could be a scumbag for years and not do shit. Over there in Alaska, they don't play that shit.
Yeah,
they don't fucking play.
It's a very tight knit community, man. Yeah. If you're fucking up,
different law out there.
People are gonna hear about it.
Different law. And people, I mean, out there, you know, they're defending their lives with a bear. So.
Oh yeah, they're carrying everybody. Almost everybody has.
Everybody's watching each other's back.
Yeah,
you know, so. If you're out there fucking around, they're gonna plot.
Yeah, and like these people, they're not like shy around guns, or they're not like here in California. It's like, oh, a gun, there's a certain law. We need some stricter gun. Now, out there, it's like, you better have a gun. You got one, you better have one.
They got a machete hanging on their hip.
Yeah,
they're ready for action, bro. They got a fishing pole ready to fucking catch some salmon.
Bear claw.
Yeah. But again, if you're a good person and you're coming from a good place and whatnot, then they're totally welcome.
Yeah, and they appreciate the quality of tattooing. They appreciated us just being out there because there was people that haven't got tattooed. I actually tattooed 2 or 3 people that haven't got tattooed in like 10 years because it's just so hard. It's that hard to get tattooed.
They got to travel to Seattle, or they got to travel to Anchorage. They got to travel. So there's like, and Seattle's actually closer to Anchorage, I think, for Juneau.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah, because Juneau, like Alaska, it's this weird shape. Almost looks like a big fucking
it looks
thing.
like a fucking
like a cat's head.
Yeah, right.
That's right.
I don't know.
But there's a sliver that goes way down into Canada.
Okay,
that's where Juneau is.
Okay,
down here, where Anchorage is up here, Fairbanks is up here. Juneau's way down here. So it's almost it's right next to British Columbia in Canada. So literally, if you go fucking east, you're gonna hit Canada right there. But
it's a beautiful place, man. I definitely would like to go back. I'm hoping to go back in November actually to visit Kiko.
Yeah,
but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Keep me posted.
There's a lot of like red tape to be able to work out there.
Yeah, and not only that, so the red tape is like, if you get a temporary license, you only can get 1 temporary per year, which is
the word on the street that they just recently changed that. So really? I'm trying to find out.
Well, that's good because honestly, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Especially because most of Alaska and the way that they do business is people come and go. But if you're gonna have our business to where, your business, no, you can only do 1 time a year.
Only a couple weeks a year.
Really odd.
That's enough.
Really odd. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it doesn't make any sense, especially for the demand of tattooing out there. For quality.
Thank God for that, because I'm telling you right now, like, it's not just Alaska, but it's the world, man. The world has changed their perspective on tattooing, and tattoos have gotten a lot more accepted and have gotten a lot more, important to people that have these important meanings, that have these things where, it's something people want to share, something that people feel like they need in their life, which is freaking cool, man. Like I said, I've been doing this 22 years. I never thought that would be the case. I mean, to me, it was always important. To me, I always had this deep appreciation for it.
Yeah.
But I never thought it would be so widely accepted.
Yeah. And even in just the last 10 years that I've been tattooing, when I first was starting out, I had family tell me like, son, this is just a trend. Go to school, get your degree and whatever, and make that your plan A.
You're making a living now with it,
and now I'm making a living.
Yeah,
I've seen most of the country. I'm hoping to do some international shows soon, and a lot of the same people that didn't believe, they haven't even been to a handful of states.
Yeah, that's what's tough about like the non-traditional work life.
Exactly.
9 to 5. You're the one that believes in it.
Yeah, exactly. And then just seeing the amount of acceptance though in the last 10 years, like I remember going to Texas, and some of the major cities in Texas, I would show up with my neck tattooed, my arms tattooed, and get weird looks. Right. And now people are approaching like, oh, where'd you get that done? Like, where's your artist? So to see that, it's like, man, in only 10 years, and then
social media, we're all connected.
Yeah, what's happening. And Ink Master has definitely, the tattoo reality TV shows have definitely made it more like, it's got as good as bad. Some people think they know more than they do because they watch Ink Master, which is fine. You definitely know more than the people that don't watch it, but there's still a lot more to it.
100%.
But Alaska was the shit.
Great trip.
Beautiful place. Honestly, I've been all over this country, and my top favorite places besides being here in Cali, the best weather, is Hawaii and Alaska.
That's amazing. You got a coin from over there?
Some solid silver, Alaska. Some 99.99% silver.
Alaska statehood, January 3rd, 1959. They call it the 49th state.
Okay.
And right here, their state flower is the forget-me-not. Like I was showing you here, like this is the shape of Alaska. Juneau's down here.
Ah, okay.
So over here, you're super close to Russia, the Aleutian Islands, and something like that. But Fairbanks is up here. Crazy part is down here is the state capital. So we were in Juneau, the state capital, which is way down here. It only had 31,000 people, and we drove by this building, and I was like, that looks like the state capital, just because it had the giant pillars, the typical pillar thing, and it fucking was the state capital right there. I was upset because I really wanted to go in and check it out, and we just didn't have enough time. But
Well, I just
great city, great food.
Yeah, next year for sure. I think I'm flying out from Fairbanks straight there.
100%.
Like that Monday, I'm gonna have to skip the Chena Hot Springs.
Yeah, 100%.
And then just go ice water dunking myself.
100%.
That's cool.
But yeah, beautiful
maybe
place.
some more hiking.
Excited to go back. Yeah, do some more hiking.
That one hike we did was super cool, but yeah. And even that one glacier was cool, but yeah, there's another glacier right down the road.
Yeah, and I think that's the place where I bring the family out. Juneau.
And they say the helicopter tours are really sick. They land on the glacier. And get off and fucking walk around the glacier and shit.
Yeah.
Go before they melt.
Amen.
Well, a lot of those valleys were made by glaciers. Yeah. So like all the reason the mountains, because the mountains there were steep.
Super
and they said
steep.
The reason they're so steep is because the glaciers come and they like
carve it out.
They carve it out of the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a trip.
But yeah, the glacier is definitely nowhere near as big as it was. But yeah, who knows?
But it is a receding glacier. So the type of glacier that is a receding glacier. So of course, the speed of it has to do with climate change and whatever was going on. But
if you believe in that,
it's neither here nor there. But that glacier is a receding glacier, so it is going to continue to recede.
Yeah,
It's just the type of glacier.
I mean, I feel like ice, heat, it's all gonna change.
Yeah,
that's just life.
It's energy.
But the crazy part, though, speaking of energy, speaking of ice and heat, is like you're sitting down there in that valley, and they call it the valley's air conditioner because you feel the air coming off that glacier. You feel the air, the cold ass air moving over that ice and dropping down.
Yeah, we need some AC here today.
Yeah,
right.
82. Yeah,
82 is a good year. That was a good year.
Yeah, so we'll get we're getting a mini split here soon.
There you go.
Yeah, because I don't have access to the thermostat. It's connected to the same vent from the neighbor, and so that's coming in soon. So, but it's not that hot. We have a couple fans over here.
Not too bad. It's not too bad.
Yeah,
I think I just run hot.
Yeah,
I just got back from the gym too. So
yeah. Been hitting the gym. Yeah,
man. I gotta get consistent. I'm trying to, I'm working on my 2024 body.
Yeah.
There we go.
So when I go ice dunking, I have at least a 2-pack.
So you can have a photo.
This guy was going hard. He was going to the gym almost every day out there. And I'm thinking in my head, like, dude, what are you doing?
We're working, bro.
Yeah, like you're gonna be exhausted. That's what I was thinking. But he dealt with it.
I mean, I'll tell you from my experience, like working out a little bit and staying active gives me more energy to be more productive and focused. Like right now, I'm pretty tired today. I was up a little bit late last night. Woke up early. There's a lot going on. We did a shout out to Ivan and Juan Nambo Nation. Juan's a part of Pachuco Tattoo.
Yep.
And we're running a podcast. We're trying to
Ivan, you got a few things going on.
Yeah.
I know you've linked up with a couple other homies that are
there's a lot going on and we're getting busy and the tattoo community has been a community that has been embracing and supporting like the work, like you've been very supportive, and that's the reason why I want to get a tattoo. But there's just a lot going on, and I had a little bit of
a half sleeve, bro.
A half sleeve. How much for a sleeve? How much for a sleeve?
How much for a sleeve? I love that question.
And I mean, it's funny because I don't really have any tattoos, but because I've been involved with listening to your podcast and Incon and Pachuco, like. I'm already like having conversations that I could kind of keep up with, but I have no tattoos.
That must be really cool to like when you're producing podcasts for people that are in an industry that you're not familiar with, you're able to absorb that information indirectly by helping them get their message out.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like what I've been doing is it's making me a better listener.
Okay.
A better observer. And I feel like I'm actually losing a little bit of the stage fright of being in front of a mic or a camera. But then I look at myself and I look tired and I gotta work out.
But you know what, man? We're all a work in progress. We're always gonna be a work in progress, And there was a time a couple of years ago where I would hesitate making a video because I have some stubble growing in, but fuck that, dude. Yeah. Everybody, like especially in the era of TikTok. Bro, we see people waking up out of bed, flipping their camera on. They still got eye boogers. They got fucking dried saliva on their face, making videos go fucking viral.
Yeah.
So fuck that shit.
We gotta kill it. We gotta keep going. We gotta keep going. So let's do it.
Like Joey looks all clean and everything. It looks good though. And I just came in just straight from the gym, bro. We're just trying to get this shit done.
Hey,
get it out there. Be as raw as we can.
We're hard on ourselves a lot, and it's just like we can only do so much. And one of the hardest things I think is asking for help. We need to work. We can't do everything alone. Nope. We got to scale together and grow together. That's something that
don't be afraid to ask for help.
Absolutely,
that's something that I've always like that mindset. Like I can do it. I can do this.
I'm self-made. I'm self-made. Like no one's self-made. Nah. You learned.
There's no such thing.
You had good mentors. You had your family. You had your
grew
friends.
up with wolves.
Yeah. Let's all get matching wolf tattoos.
Let's do it.
Yeah, love wolves.
Couple salmon. Couple like wolf eating some salmon. But anyways, anything else we want to recap? Oh, you know what? Let's talk about the dates that we got locked in for InkCon.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
InkCon dates, Ontario Convention Center for 2024. Well, let's flip it on to Joey because he's got the details.
Yeah. So InkCon, June 28th, 29th, and 30th. Ontario Convention Center, same beautiful location that we had before, same artists. We're adding a few booths because last time we had some people that couldn't participate that really wanted to participate. So we're adding a few booths. We're still going to have the cars. We're still going to have the mariachis. We're still going to have a great experience. All the OGs are going to be there. So we'll see you June 28th, 29th, and 30th. And we're looking forward to it. Absolutely. I know we're all looking forward to it.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. We're going to do the podcast again?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Hopefully I'll get a different hard drive.
I think we'll... Oh, yeah. Let's not do that again, bro. That shit had me stressed out.
Forgot about that.
Yeah. And I'm sorry to remind you, and now I'm like still like trying to upload these podcasts with everything else going on. I'm just going to upload them all. Like, just pick a day and just fucking...
Let's do it. Swing by. We'll have the fast dinner in here. Let's do it. So everyone... we'll start catching up on what they've missed so far.
Yeah, and then we can start really pushing it too. You know what I mean? Like even the photographer had some issues with the photography, so it's like we haven't even put out the pictures. A lot of the pictures that we had for InkCon. I really want to put out the pictures, put out the video, and just get everything going to where showing everybody how cool of an experience it was. So let them know what next year is going to be all about.
And besides that, I mean, I have openings. So if you guys are trying to get tattooed, go ahead and hit my link, stainedcrown.com. And let's book something. If you guys are down to be, if you guys are flexible and down to get tattooed based on certain categories for these tattoo convention competitions, let's work together. If you guys are down to make content based on your tattoos as well, I'm gonna have Angel help us out with that. Reach out as well. If you need if you have a party, a private event, or you just want us to come out and tattoo you at your pad, hit us up at bodyartbus.com.
Amen.
And then, if you're in the area, Oceanside or Corona, Trusted Tattoo Company, Trusted Tattoo Gallery, find us and let's make some permanent memories.
And we stay ready so we don't have to get ready. So come out.
That's right. That's right. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe. Please like the video. It helps us out a lot.
Huge.
We're going to try to be more consistent with the help of Angel de Leon Photography. So we can get more of these out and help us grow. So
absolutely,
let's make it happen. Anything else we want to touch on? I think.
No, man. Thank you for swinging by here.
I'm gonna go try to touch on some lunch right now, but other than that,
I need to go shower.
Some sushi.
I didn't want to say anything. Yeah. Luckily, you're on the other side of the table.
Right. It's funny that you mentioned that. I was smelling something. I was wondering if it was me because I was like, I didn't work out today.
It might be,
but it's all but love. But like I did catch a whiff of like sometimes like all clean. But
it's my deodorant. Okay,
you smell nice.
I appreciate that.
Smells good.
I appreciate that.
Luckily.
Nah, but we're man. Right? We stink. Yeah. And I'm sure working long hours. It's the heat,
bro. Get this air conditioning fixed, and then things will.
Yeah. We don't have money for the AC right now, but we're working on it.
For sure. Cool. Those mini splits, they're not cheap.
Hold on. Let's. I want to do a little selfie video just for my trying to do a little like mini vlog thing for.
Good call.
For fucking. Here we're wrapping it up, guys. Another episode of Body Art Buzz Podcast.
Beautiful Monday. Happy Labor Day. Happy Labor Day to everybody.
Shout out to Angel de Leon. We got Joey Body Art Bus right here.
Always.
And then Elvis right here, Stained Crown. We'll see you guys soon.
Yeah.
All right. Signing out.
On the next one.
Awesome, man. Good stuff. Woo.